Hey, what's going on, y'all? I just got back from the range testing out this SIG Romeo MSR Red Dot. So I posted a link on Twitter where PSA had these on sale for 99 bucks shipped. I went ahead and got one. I'm very familiar with the other budget Red Dot that SIG has. It's a Romeo 5. I've got several of them. One on an AK, got another on an AR. I have another one floating around here somewhere. Basically, I'm a big fan of that Red Dot, and I wanted to give this one a try. I like the style of it. This mounting, I guess, hollow mounting system here. It's pretty cool. I went ahead and put this on my MCK chassis. Basically, for those of you who aren't familiar with the MCK, it's a fold-out Glock chassis system, so that you can go ahead and take a frame-mounted Glock or slide-mounted Glock, and it's clear, and completely change what your Glock looks like. And this goes in this, and then your Glock is now turned into something like a CZ Scorpion or whatever. But I went ahead and put this Romeo MSR on just because I want to give it a shot. A couple notable differences here. You've got flip caps on the MSR, which are incredibly stiff. They remind me of Vortex flip caps. One thing though is they're see-through, so you can keep them mounted or keep them closed, and you'll be able to see straight through. Okay, these are softening up a little. They're still incredibly stiff. Whereas the Romeo 5 has, it's just an open sight. I believe you could probably buy some type of cap for it, but yeah, it's just open. The other primary difference is you've got open adjustment knobs here. This is for your elevation, and this is for your windage. And whereas the Romeo 5 has knob covers. The other primary difference is Romeo 5 has really nice tactile buttons to adjust brightness, and the Romeo MSR has this little dial wheel here that is also incredibly stiff. Now, the MSR does have 2 night vision settings, so if you shoot with nods or anything on, I don't. I haven't reached that level of autism yet. But the settings are a little bit more difficult, actually significantly more difficult to adjust for brightness. It goes all the way up to 10. Today was a bright day. I shot it on a rainy day as well. Brightness was more than adequate for what I needed to do. I kept it dialed up to like 7 for the most part on a bright day. I don't remember what I did on the rainy day, but I was fine with brightness. Accuracy is what you can expect from this. I think it's a 2 MOA Red Dot with the box, half MOA adjustments, I believe. Could be wrong. Nah, yeah, half MOA adjustments. That's what Romeo 5 has to do. I just wanted something cheap and reliable to throw on top of this MCK. Serves its purpose. There are a couple trade-offs. Now this is the biggest functional trade-off you're going to make with the MCK versus the Romeo 5. Romeo 5 has something called MOTAC, where it's motion activated on-off or whatever. I don't know what the actual an acronym stands for, but effectively what the Romeo 5 does is I think it's after 5 minutes of not detecting any motion, the Romeo 5 will automatically shut off, and when it detects motion again, it automatically turns on. It extends the battery life, I believe, to like 50,000 hours, whereas the battery on the MSR is just shy, it's about 20,000 hours, depending on the brightness setting. I generally, most of my Red Dots, I've got Aimpoint's Trijicon, and Romeo 5, I generally leave them on in a relatively low setting indoors when they're in the safe. And leaving this guy on is probably not going to be that big a deal. This is more of a fun range toy than anything else. Things I liked about it, it does what it needs to do. It's a budget red dot. I like it better than the Vortex Strike Fire and the Vortex Spark. I've owned both of those, sold them within a couple months of that right now. Main reason why I left Vortex Optics or Vortex Red Dots is largely the stiffness of the brightness adjustments, the stiffness of their controls. They weren't very malleable. This dial wheel for brightness setting is comparable to a Vortex as far as stiffness goes. I do like the Romeo 5 better. It's a bit more. It's a bit more compact. I'm going to see if about compatibility with this mount here and try and put this mount on my Romeo 5. But I mean, it's a solid budget dot. Right now, so the MSR typically goes for $140 retail in normal times. As of the Great Beer Flu Gun Panic of 2020, the MSR is actually cheaper than the Romeo 5. The Romeo 5 is going for $140 right now at Palmetto State Armory, and the MSR is $99 shipped. It's the cheapest I've ever seen, and the Romeo 5 is probably about the most expensive I've seen it. So interesting dynamic at play there, but overall it does what it needs to do. It's not an aim point, it's not a Trigon, but it is a budget red dot, so it's fine for 99% of Boogaloo use cases. I would, if you don't mind spending the extra $40, I would recommend the Romeo 5 over this, unless you do need night vision, because the Romeo 5 doesn't have any night vision compatibility. That is the only selling point of the MSR over the Romeo 5, in my humble opinion, and I'm always right. So, as far as, yeah, my biggest complaint is the stiffness of the controls here. I don't like these one bit. I'm hoping that they're gonna loosen up a little bit, but I'm highly skeptical of that. Also, the flip caps are incredibly stiff. Some people like that. It doesn't bother me too bad because they are, see, I'm struggling to get these motherfuckers back on. God damn. There we go. Now, the stiffness on the lens covers, or lens caps, isn't a deal breaker for me, largely because they are completely transparent. You can see right through them. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the dot's brightness all the way up to 10. There you go. And yeah, it works just fine. Actually, we might have an issue. The dot disappeared on me. Alright, y'all. I thought I had an issue with the MSR's red dot disappearing, but my dumbass had it set to night vision, so of course my eyes wouldn't be able to see that. False alarm. I apologize to all the SIG fanboys. I used to be one too. Dot is working fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up close to the lens. Hopefully you'll be able to make that out. And then that's the rear view. And then that is going to be what the shooter sees. Hopefully you can make that out. So I'm still a little camera shy. It's my first review, so be gentle, Senpai. Thanks.